So we are going to talk about square roots versus cube roots today. So at the top of your paper, we're going to have you put square roots versus cube roots. So we're going to talk about square roots first, just do a little bit of review, because last week we did square roots. So I'm going to highlight this. Okay, square roots are used to find the side lengths of a square when given the area. Or in other words, we're going to look for a number you can multiply by itself, and it has to be the same number because it's a square, the side lengths are the same. I'm going to put twice to get the number under the sign. And it's coming from our square. So here you have a square. Let's say I give us its area. We know its area comes from the side length multiplied by itself. So the side length times its side length. Or our formula is our length times width, which means, you know, if our side length is S units long, our area is S by S. Or a shorthand way of writing S times S is S squared. So area is your side length squared. Your area is your side length multiplied by itself. This was going forward back in 5th grade or whatever. At this point now, we're going to work backwards. Like, what if I give you the area? How do you find the side length? Well, we talked about that the area is the square root, or your side length is the square root of its area. It's the root of it. What are its legs? So our side length has to be, and I'm just going to do S for side length, is the square root of the area. So, for example, if I give us a square and I say its area is 16, the side length would be the square root of 16, which we know is a nice number. It is 4, because 4 times 4 is 16. Okay, so our side length in this case, the square root of 16 has to be 4. So we could write this as the square root of 16. The area of a square is 16. It has to be 4 because 4 times 4 is 16. So today we're going to get into what are cube roots. So again, a root is the side length, and we're looking for the side length of a cube. So I'm going to say use to find the side length of a cube. And cubes are special because all the sides are the same, but it's a three-dimensional object. So use to find the side length of a cube when given, not area anymore, we're looking at volume because it has 3 dimensions. Maybe underline the word volume. So what we're going to do is now look for a number you can multiply by itself 3 times to get the number under the sign. And so when we go to draw a cube, easy way to draw a cube, you guys, start with your square. And then what we'll do is make a copy and then overlap. And then all you have to do is now connect your corners. So here's your three-dimensional object now. So if I were to get out some color here, now you don't just have your length and your width. You have length width, and height now. You have 3 dimensions. So volume is your length times your width times your height. 3 dimensions for a cube. So if we're talking cubes, they're all the same. So if, let's say you have a side length as S, this side has to be S, and this has to be S. All 3 dimensions are the same. So your volume would be your side length times your side length times your side length, or the volume is S to the 3rd power, S cubed. That's why we call it cube, because we're talking about cubic units. And so now working backwards, if I were to give you the volume, the amount of space that this object takes up, the amount of stuff this thing holds, we are looking at the side length is equal to not the square root, but the cube root. So it looks like the square root, but now we have a little 3 in the corner, the cube root of the volume. So if I know what the volume is, I'm just looking at the cube root of it to find its side. Or in other words, I'm looking for a number you can multiply by itself 3 times to get your volume. So for example, if I were to say the volume is, let's say I draw this cube out. The volume is 64. So I'm looking for a number that I can multiply by itself 3 times to get 64. Or I'm looking for the cube root of 64. What number can we multiply by itself to get 3 times to get 64? So some number times some number times some number. That number would be 4 times 4 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16, times 4 is 64. So our side length has to be 4. Because 4 times 4 is 16, times 4 is 64. So I'm looking for a number you can multiply by itself 3 times. So if I give us the cube root of 27, I'm looking for a number you can multiply by itself 3 times to get 27. Well, 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8. No. 3 times 3 is 9 times 3 is 10. Oh, there we go. 3 times 3 times 3. So the cube root of 27 is 3. If you've got a cube, its volume is 27, the side length has to be 3. And then what happens if I get a volume of 11? So what are its side lengths? Number times itself 3 times. All right, so 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. So we know it's between 2 and 3 because 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. And then 3 times 3 times 3, or 2 cubed, I guess, is 8, and 3 cubed is 27. So it's between 8 and 27. A little closer to the 8, so we know it's got to be closer to the 2. It's 2 point something, probably 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, something like that, but it's closer to the 2. And I think at this point there is a worksheet that we can do, but let's do one more example here. Like this cube root of, let's try 125. Well, there's a number you can multiply by itself 3 times to get 125. 5 times 5 times 5 is 125. So the cube root of 125 is 5, because 5 times 5 times 5 is 125. All right. At this point, we're going to get you guys started on the homework. I think it's, let's see, should be labeled cube roots on it. So again, if you have questions, make sure you email me. Have a good day.